Uh, First of all, let me tell you one thing. If you are not attending the lecture here, it's okay. You can like go offline and that's it. Because in the previous lecture today I had, most of the students were not on the laptop. They just sign in, made their attendance, and they left the classroom or maybe their room, or maybe they got busy in other activities. So I was trying to ask who's there. So probably only one or two voices I heard. Most of them were not actually on the lecture. So please, I always advise, please be real, be honest. Okay, I don't mind if you are physically here, then be here. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. That's it. But just try to stay honest with what you do in your life. Don't do tricky things that in the end, I tell you, like in my experience, the honesty, and that the way the honesty will pay you in your life, nothing in life will pay you. Nothing better in life. There's nothing better in life to be than honest, being honest. Okay, this is the honesty is the best, is a gold. Okay, so be honest. It's okay. Don't do the small tricky things uh, on with everyone and anyone. Please be real, be honest. That's it. Straightforward. This is my advice to all of you, because honesty will pay you in the end. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, anywhere in your life, honesty is going to pay you. Okay. Anyway, so we are talking about the lecture, and the assignment is actually about. Now, let me explain those who did not open. The assignment is about the flow measurements, and the other one is about the head losses. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to look that where the flow measurements are needed. Flow measurements. Well, flow measurements are needed at number of places. Okay. When oil comes out of, of hole at Christmas tree, we need control flow measurements. This is the first step where you need the flow measurements. The second step, you need flow measurement when the oil flows from the oil field to the customer via pipeline, or you need measurements in oil tankers. Okay. These are the three flow measurements that you need. The other flow measurements that we do usually is in the pipeline, in the long distance pipelines. I'm talking about the flow measurements. Then the other flow measurements that we do in the oil storage tanks. Number of locations you see here we have one in the Christmas tree. After the Christmas tree, we have one when the oil leaves from the customers, when you need measurements in oil tankers, in long distance pipeline and storage tanks. Okay. So now I will make one picture to show you exactly where are these. In oil industry I'm talking about. My major is oil industry, so I will stick to the oil industry actually. For example, we have the reservoir and we put the well here. Here. And then you put the Christmas tree. We have the wall here. Okay. Now when the oil flows from the reservoir right here, as it comes out from the hole here, you need the device here. Device here. You need to know how much exactly oil is coming out, or fluid, whatever you have, single phase or multi phase. For example, if you have gas oil together or whatever you are getting. So you need to have a device here that tells us that how much oil or gas is coming out of it. So we have flow measurements at this point. Then after that, this flow measurements, this from oil from here goes to the separator. This is a separator. The function of the separator, I can write it here, is that it is a device used to separate oil and gas and water. I'm talking about the separator. If I make the arrow, something like this. Now, after the separator, we have, for example, the long distance pipeline. We have a pipeline to Turkey. From, let's say, this field is located in Suleiman. Now, from Suleimania, the oil is going to Turkey. We have here in this Turkey, this distance, for example, let's say maybe is 2,000 kilometers. Now, we need to keep track of the flow rates, flow measurement. So we have to do flow measurement in all this pipe throughout. So for example, we can put it, let's say here, 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 here. So we keep tracking till the customer. We have to do this. And when actually it leaves the separator also, we need the flow measurement at this point. The first point actually, this one, one point reflects this device. Okay. Second point discusses this point. You need measurement in oil tankers. So for example, this is the pipeline. Sometimes you don't have, especially in Kurdistan, you don't have pipelines for the oil transport. You have trucks. So from this separator, actually, sometimes the oil goes to the tanker. Okay, my drawing, I'm trying to make some good drawing, but okay, it works. So these are, let's say, the oil tanker. Let me write it because tanker. So how much oil you put in this tanker? Also here you need the device. Flow measurements exactly at this one. So this pipeline, you need tanker flow measurements in the separator. After the separator, when you send it oil to the tanker, you need device. When it comes out of the hole, you need the device. So you need at multiple places for these flow measurements. As I said, for the long distance pipeline, a long distance pipeline is this one. You need it. And after some time before the storage, for example, if you don't have the customer, so we have the big storages actually that needs the, sometimes we have big storages. And we can have big storages. Yes. Any question?
No, sir.
Yeah. So we have storages like this one. Sometimes we don't send to the truck. Sometimes we do not send to the Turkey, but we sometimes store it when there is no demand. So these storage tanks also need the measurement device, flow measurement device. Basically, you can find out at the 5 places the flow measurement devices. Now, the second topic was the head losses. We talked about these head losses. Now, these head losses actually can occur in this pipeline system mainly. We are more concerned in pressure losses here inside this one. And we are more concerned in pressure losses inside this one. So 2 places are important when we talk about the pressure losses. Pressure losses in tubing. Okay, pressure losses in long distance. Pressure losses in long distance pipeline. Okay. So now when you do your research on the one petro or science data, you need to find out these 5 things as main, and then these 2 things as main for flow measurements and so on. Now after that, this one, I'm saving this one. I will go back to the one petro and we try to find the flow measurements and pressure losses in those places and see how they work. And later on you can follow, but please do not put the same stuff in your reports and papers that what I'm searching for. So let's stop this one here. So this is the one petro website we are working on. And as I said that we just got some softwares and we are just in the final stage to get them. I'm just showing you a very, very confidential, but let me pause it because I don't want to. Now for the one petro, for example, now we are looking at the flow measurement and pipeline. You can search it here. Physics of pipeline flow, wet gas flow measurement. This is one of the paper. Actually, there is option relevance, highest, most recent, or highest rated. Let's look at the most recent one. Techniques for monitoring and measuring corrosion, related parameters and field application. You need to read them actually. Here it is. Measurements, flow measurements in okay. Long distance pipeline flow measurements. Long distance transport of natural gas. This is an important paper. Long distance transport of natural gas by high pressure pipeline. This is one of the important papers. Or you can write simply flow measurements and see what comes up. Here it is, multi-phase flow measurements of horizontal well bores, wet gas flow measurements, ultrasonic flow, this is important. Also, we use the same method for long distance pipeline. Report on gas flow measurements, multi-phase flow. So many paper, gas flow measurement of pressure. So you need to select just few of them and see what they are doing and how they are doing. Subsurface flow measurement in producing wells. Okay. New downhole flow measurement technology. You need to look at it, this one. This is in 2015. So what technology they are talking about? Okay, these are the gas flow measurements again. So also you can write here oil flow measurements. Measurements of multi-phase flow, fluid flow, wet gas flow measurement, foamy oil viscosity measurements. So you can find lots of flow measurement here. And same, more you can find on the Science Direct. If you go to the sciencedirect.com, you can find out the more things there also at the same time. Now the second thing is the pressure losses. The pressure losses I talk at two places, pressure losses in tubing. So pressure losses, production system. This is pressure loss in liquid pipelines.
Sir, that's the paper that I was talking about, a
Very
historical
good.
perspective. Yeah.
Good one. Turbulent pressure loss in yield fluids and pipelines. Okay. You can write another, this another keyword, nodal analysis. This all is about talking about the pressure losses. Optimization
Sir,
production.
I also found another paper that looked interesting. It was about the pressure loss in pipelines of hydrogen gas.
Yes. Yes.
That was also interesting.
So this keyword nodal analysis also can help you. So you can see pressure losses in completion. Low pressure losses, circulation losses. Also during drilling, there are a lot of pressure losses. So pressure losses during drilling, drilling mud, pressure losses. Flow of drilling mud. This paper is 1932. So 100 years ago almost. Mud flow in oil drilling. The pressure losses during drilling. Drilling fluid filters loss. So there's a lot of things, but mainly what I'm concerned, what I'm looking for, just search the keyword nodal analysis. Okay, this is very important. Nodal analysis. Just download some of them, you'll find a lot of pressure losses. My concern was when I was putting this assignment was about the production system, the pressure losses inside the pipe. In the well. I was talking about the production losses inside the well, in the piping system, the plumbing system that we place it. So that was my main idea to put it as a one. So nodal analysis, you need to look at what is nodal analysis and what does it mean. You can also write pressure losses. Actually, you see that I'm trying different keywords. So when I change the keyword, it gives us different results. So, and what I'm looking for, my objective is my mind. Is in my mind. What is my objective? My objective is to find the applications of pressure losses, where pressure losses are occurring. So I'm trying to use different keywords, different ideas, and as I'm coming up with different keywords, I'm getting different results. So I will keep doing it unless I really reach to my conclusion of those papers. That's the point. So right now I'm pressure losses in tubing. Frictional pressure losses. Okay, frictional pressure losses in coil tubing. This one. Pressure losses in vertical. This is a very good paper. Maybe you can use it. This is 1974, but serves the purpose. This is another pressure losses. So there's a lot of pressure losses here. Also, you can write pressure losses in pipelines. Evolution of jet. This one is also very good paper. Circulation losses. So you need to select just 5. So 5 are easy to get on those pressure losses. And flow measurement. For flow measurements, okay, you can go to the Science Direct also. You can write here flow measurement and see what they have. Here is the one. Optical fiber sensor for measurement of flow rate and temperature in the pipe. Very good paper. This one. Measurement of flow rate of water in large diameter pipeline using radio tracer. Very good paper. Please use this Science Direct more than one petro. It has something very nice. Mass flow measurement of gas. Very nice paper. Another one. Pipeline flow using real time. Again, another excellent paper. Flow measurement large by excellent. So these all papers are very, very good. So just write in on Science Direct flow measurement in pipeline. I got my papers what I needed. Many of them. Same for the pressure losses. Pressure losses tubing. Okay, very good paper, this one. In the, again, another good paper. So oil pressure losses in oil well, you can write it. Or you can write a nodal analysis. and oil. This one is very good paper. Modeling for advanced thermal management. Pressure losses in oil well. It's all about just changing the keyword, looking what exactly you are looking for. This is called the research. What you do, you have something in your mind and you're trying to find out the information, finding the right paper. And once you have the you selected, let's say 15 papers, then you will read 15 papers and select the 5 best. It's not like I will just select the 5 of them. What I will do, I will select, for example, for the pressure losses, I will select, for example, 10 papers. Then I will download those 10 papers. Then I will see which one is, making sense to my work. So then I will pick up that one and discard the one which is not making sense. For example, maybe this one, okay, is not making sense. But from here, even from the topic, here is the frictional pressure loss during drill string. It's a very good paper. Effect of drill string eccentricity on frictional pressure losses. It's a good one. So this is the research process. You have to spend time, read it, download the paper, see how it goes, and then you come up with the one. This is why we call it a research, and that's what we do. Here you have now petroleum production system pressure. It's like oil production system. A dual well system and thermal gas chemical treatment, combined method for high viscosity. People basically talk about their things here on one petro or here. But I believe for the nodal analysis, this one, oil production system, the science, one petro is better for this oil production system. But for the flow measurements, which because it's a general topic, more generalized topic, so flow measurement, you can find it here. But for this one, oil production system pressure losses in oil and gas, you can, and one petro probably is a better source to use for them. So you have two different sources, and what I did the search right now in front of you, that I got an idea that for flow measurements, I found some excellent papers here, but I couldn't find for the nodal analysis there. But for the nodal analysis, I found a lot of good papers here. Pressure losses in tube line and pipeline. So here I can find pressure losses, nodal analysis. So here you can find lots of good papers about dynamic and production system. Nodal, very good paper, very, very good paper, this one. And also this one is very good paper. So nodal analysis is about finding the point where the pressure is lost and how to optimize it, reduce that pressure loss. Nodal analysis means they take the node as a point where the pressure is dropping, and they analyze that point and they try to optimize that point, maybe by changing the equipment, changing the size of the equipment, and they optimize that one. Okay. Determination of pressure drop in natural flowing gas. So you can find all the natural nodal analysis, pressure drop in the pipeline, in the well site. You can find it here. For the flow measurements, you can find them here in the science direct area. Then at least download 7, 8 to 10 papers, each of them, read them, see whatever is making sense to you, then post it on your report, and then it will work. So for example here, flow measurements in pipeline. Okay, here you can find a very good paper. These are very good papers. You can download them, read them, and see what they are saying. This is one of the paper here. Especially these are the Coriolis flow meters, very famous device to do the flow measurements. Coriolis flow meter. And for example, you want to know about this Coriolis, just copy this one, post it on YouTube. You can see the function, animations, videos about this Coriolis flow meter. It gives you a better idea how to do that. Maybe they are talking about here also, gas reference meter. So you need to read those papers, see what they are saying. And as a starting point, as I say, you need to start from now. Do not leave it for the last minute. And that's how it works. So this was the general insight to how to do actually the research work. So just change the keywords, prepare in your mind, put them, try to find the paper on pressure losses, fluid, and then come up with the report, and let's see what you get. Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
In the beginning, it may be a bit, irritating, but the more you practice, the more better you get. That's the idea.
Sorry, one question, please.
Yes.
Do we have to mention anything about offshore platforms?
Anything.
Pressure loss
Anything
in
that,
offshore?
anything. I just select any 5 papers and put them. Does not matter offshore, onshore, pipeline, tankers, trucks, you can even
Yeah.
write why the, even tankers, oil tankers, how do they do their flow measurements? If you fill up the tanker, how do they measure how much oil it has inside the tanker? How do they do that?
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah,
they do it manually. But I want you to know about it, how they do the measurements in the oil tanker, or maybe if they have big tanker at fields, how they do that, or when the flow is coming out of the well, how they do the flow measurements. So also you can take the Google as your reference also. Just write these things on Google. Also you will get the information. But for the reporting purpose, always use Science Direct and OnePage. Do not use the Google stuff. But Google, maybe when you search it, it will give you an idea to develop. But we don't report Google directly in our research. We only report and only the authentic peer-reviewed journals or conferences, which are OnePetro or Science Direct. Okay. So for your general information, just write on Google these words, what keywords I wrote here, and I will put this lecture. Just put the same keywords on the Google. You will see very good results, but they cannot be reported. Only reported thing is only OnePetro and Science Direct. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it will give you a better idea. So also what I want, start your report with the introduction and definition of pressure loss. What is pressure loss? And what is flow measurement? And why it is important, just as introduction. You have to organize your report. First, you have to introduce what is it, then you have to say where it is applied, then you have to write the methods and so on. In organized way.
Yeah.
This is the practice. This is as an engineer, this is our responsibility. This is our job. What you did before in other courses, you just pass your exams and you took some courses and that's it. But now you are doing something real. You have an experiment, you have your research, and you have to apply that research. Okay, this is right now you are doing something which you have to do as an engineer. And after you graduate, if you work in any field, this is the way you do the work. Okay. Okay, so any question?
No questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I will finish the lecture here, and if you have any question, please you can email me about it. I'm available for answering this question. And this
Thank you so much, sir. We'll appreciate you.
Okay. Okay, then see you guys in the next lecture.
See you in the next one, sir.
Thanks.